Welcome to the channel, your Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist. Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. When the narcissist realizes you are the one that got away. The narcissist was devaluing you. They were putting you down. They were making you feel bad about yourself because they have black and white thinking. They see people as either all good or all bad. They either have a use for you or they don't. And they often take people for granted and underestimate the power of their victims. While they were devouring you, it was because they understood you incorrectly. They thought things were continuing just as they always do in their ignorance. They thought they were going to do to you what they had done to those before you. They thought that they would be able to discard you and leave you broken. And they thought that you were going to be on your back, haunted, waiting for their return. But they didn't expect you to slam the door after everything that had happened to you and devalued you and disrespected you and told lies about you and demoralized you. They didn't expect you to leave. And although they may not regret their actions and see what they did wrong, they will be thinking about you. They will be obsessing about you because they know the difference. They know what was good for them. And they don't have you anymore. You're gone. Maybe you were giving them money. Maybe you were giving them sex or a place to stay. Maybe attention. Or they just felt better about themselves around you. And they miss that deeply. They can't find it. It's different without you. So they may not regret their actions, but they wish that you could come back. And that's why sometimes they'll hoover you and try and get you back. Because they've realized that their life was better when they were with you. But when they no longer have access to you, that is when they realize that you are the one that they always wanted and the one that has walked away. Because now they can no longer control the situation, or you, or themselves. They can no longer treat the situation, the unresolved, as if it's just under the doormat. While you're now upgrading your life, becoming the better version of yourself without the trouble, looking happier, healthier, stronger, and they're seeing it and thinking about it and rooming about it because you're the one they always wanted and got away. And they'll find new supply. They'll find somebody else. But they will run them into the ground and cause continual trouble for them because they're not who the narcissist really wants. The narcissist wanted you. You were the grade A champion source of supply, and now you've gone away. and they know that there is no one else like you. They'll never ever find you again, and there are no suitable replacements, and they know it, which is why they will often come back and do anything to try and get you back. They'll return with gifts, promises, or they'll try and cause trouble for you because you impacted their life. You had such a strong effect on them. Your impact will be with them forever and ever and ever. You got away from the narcissist, and they just did not expect you to do that. They thought you were stupid and desperate because you gave all of yourself to someone who just wasn't acting in a way they deserved it. And they knew, due to the circumstances, that they weren't deserving of it. They saw your kindness and generosity as an act of lack of experience and desperation. They thought they were wise, but they were a fool. And when you walked away, that was when they began to realize that you weren't quite the fool that you thought they were. As a matter of fact, now they're the fool, in regret, wishing things were different, wishing you'd come back. The stress, the concern, what am I going to do now? The trouble that it's caused, the desperation, the irreversible problems that this has done to them. But narcissists are stubborn. They'll hold their ground. A lot of them you'll never hear from again, and they'll just go through the torment for the rest of their life, wondering, as the light shines on them, what could have been and what could I have done to make things different. And it all comes down to personal growth. Planning and devising and scheming ways to try and win someone, that never works. That's fleshly, soulish, earthly, and demonic. Millions of people are living in regret now because they took for granted someone that was genuine and wanted to love them all the way. And you can't turn back something that has been broken. When you love someone, the narcissist doesn't see it that way. The narcissist sees it as a form of supply. So they come and get their supply, and then they go away. And when you say, no, you're not welcome here anymore, that's when they realize that you weren't as stupid as they thought. You're not a fool. You have value for yourself. You see, narcissists have low self-esteem, and they run out of that vibration. And when you take away your energy and vibration from them, when they realize that they've lost you, when they realize they're on their own now, that's when the value of who you are descends into their minds. You're in there. They'd forgotten. They didn't realize that when you're intimate with somebody, you're in there. You're a part of them. And they just can't get you out of their mind. That's what love is. And the narcissist can't translate that as love because their stubbornness and arrogance and unresolved won't allow them to pick up the phone and say, look, hey, I got this wrong, I mistreated you, I didn't bring my right self to this relationship. But what do? You're worn out. You were worn out. You were run into the ground by these people, the narcissists and their family members. And now you're at the point where you're saying, oh gosh. And the narcissist sits there, face in palms. I've lost, possibly, the most valuable person I've ever met. This is Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist, Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. Bye for now.